Kansas Kitty, and I welcome you back to my journey. This is my 3-week post-op update to RNY Gastric bypass surgery. My surgery date was June 25th, 2018. My current stats: I'm 38 years old, I'm 5'6". I started out my high weight at 238 pounds, and today I'm 214. I'm not really counting ounces. Maybe I will later on, but right now it's just kind of rounding down. So last week I came to you and I was 215, and I stayed at that weight for 8 days straight. So I've hit that 3-week stall. That's very, very common. Google it, you'll find tons and tons of weight loss surgery patients that hit the stall, and it lingers sometimes. It can linger a week. I've read that some can last up to 2, 3, even 4 weeks. And it will mess with you mentally. It will. Especially if you're getting on the scale daily, which everyone advises not to, but you can't help it, especially at the beginning. So you're doing everything right, you're exercising, you're drinking, you're eating, and you've just gone through this major surgery, and the weight is not budging on the scale. The number's not budging. So I'm not one to usually take measurements, but it is something I'm going to look into. I did request my measurements from kind of my starting consult, which my doctor took, and I received those the other day, so I'll take some follow-up measurements to see if I'm losing inches even though I'm not losing pounds. I'm probably only like half a pound down from where I was last week, so at least that's still a tiny little loss, but I'm going to stay strong because I'm in this to win it. I'm going to fight this battle till I'm able to reach a healthy weight and maintain. So even though we all wanted to just like fly off, I'm just going to keep on doing the right things and work at it. So kind of just to get back to the 3-week stall, and some people hit it at like a month and some people hit it at 2 weeks. Mine actually, I guess mine started between like the 2nd to 3rd week. So here's just kind of a, I was never good at science, but here's kind of a medical response to what the 3-week stall is. Okay, so the inevitable stall is super common a few weeks out after surgery. Our bodies use glycogen for short-term energy storage. Glycogen is not very soluble, but it's stored in our muscles for quick energy. 1 pound of glycogen requires 4 pounds of water to keep it soluble, and the average glycogen storage capacity is about 2 pounds. So when you're not getting enough food, the body turns first to stored glycogen, which is easy to break down for energy. Then when 2 pounds of glycogen is used, you'll lose 8 pounds of water that was used to store for it. Voila, that's how a patient will lose 10 pounds super quickly after surgery. However, when the body stays in a caloric deficit state, the body starts to realize that this is not a short-term problem. Then the body starts mobilizing fat from adipose tissue and burning fat for energy. But the body also realizes that fat can't be used for short bursts of energy, so it starts converting some of that fat into glycogen and rebuilding the glycogen stores. As it puts back the 2 pounds of glycogen into the muscle, 8 pounds of water has to be stored with it to keep it soluble. So even though you might still be losing energy content to your body, the weight will not go down, or it might even gain for a while, as the retention of water dissolves the glycogen that is being reformed and stored. So if you understood that, awesome. I kind of do, not really, but that's the science explanation. Okay, so anyway, you'll have that stall a few weeks out. It's very, very common. If you don't, hallelujah to you. But what can you do? And I've just started to make a couple slight changes to see if I can make it through this stall, because I do not want to be on like a 3-week, 4-week stall. I want to keep on progressing forward. So you need to look at your carbs, and most of us are not having a lot of carbs at this point anyway. And so then you need to start looking at, are you eating enough? And I know I was not eating enough. Last week I was having, like a protein shake, a pudding snack, some soup, maybe some yogurt, and I'm talking about like a couple hundred calories a day, 300 maybe max. I'm not really tracking my food right now. I'm just kind of following the weight loss surgery Bible that I received and just doing exactly, what I'm supposed to be doing. So I decided a couple days ago to go ahead and try to increase a little bit, and I'm trying to drink an extra, I added an extra protein shake. So that right there is, a little over 100 extra calories, and the scale did budge today. So I'm drinking in more water. Now I can get like 2 or 3 sips in, where before I can only get 1 sip in at a time. You definitely need to look to see if you're eating enough. You need to look to see if you're drinking enough. You want to try to hit that 64-ounce goal. I'm not hitting it, but I'm getting closer when you add all of the other, I definitely count my protein shake as ounces of liquid in there. And then you want to look at your exercise. I exercise daily. I try to do daily walks every single morning, and I tried to bump it up to about an hour walk this week. So depending how slow I'm going, I can do, this is embarrassing, I do only like 2.5, between 2 and 3 miles. So not a ton. In an hour I'm going super slow. So last week's video, I thought that I experienced dumping for the first time from a Flintstone vitamin. After I spoke to my doctor about the event and talked to her about my pains, and I also did some additional research, I'm pretty confident that I actually was passing a kidney stone during that moment. All of the signs pointed right to that type of pain. I've had kidney stones before, but I've never really experienced pain from them because they just kind of grew to a large enough size where I had to have them lasered out. So my doctor thinks that because I'm still having back pain in my left flank, I still have kind of a throbbing ache there, which I'm controlling with extra strength Tylenol. And then I also still have the left side pain. And what she thought happened is that in that state of agony, when I was just bent over, doubled over, she thinks I strained my back muscle. And so she thinks I passed the kidney stone, which would be amazing. I'm just gonna keep on, drinking my liquids, and hopefully I have. Hopefully I just have kind of a setback with these muscle aches, and once I get those under control, I'll start bumping up my exercise. I'm still taking all of my vitamins. I started taking those on the day that I got home from surgery. Most of them are chewable, and there's a few that dissolve under your tongue, but there's one, an iron, that I take, and the rule of thumb is that if your vitamin is greater in size than an M&M, then you're to cut it. So my iron I cut in half, and then I take both of those half pieces and I cut those in half again. I tried just doing it half kind of that first week, and oh my gosh, I felt like it was stuck. So today was the first time that I decided, since I'm starting to drink a little bit more, I can take 3 sips now instead of the 1 sip that I was taking before when I'm drinking water. And so I thought, well, maybe I've got a little bit more capacity there. And so I just cut it in half, took it down, and I did okay. I also got permission from my doctor's office that I can start going off of the liquid Tylenol and start taking just regular Tylenol tablets, not the gel caps, but just the tablets. So I do cut those in half too, and I just started that today, and it's been going fine. I do take Tylenol pretty much every 6 hours to help with my left side flank pain and my left side pain where I had the incisions. Now I'm supposed to be graduating to the puree foods, and so that starts tomorrow. It's kind of easy for me because I start my kind of new week on a Monday, and so I am cheating a little bit. I didn't get permission for this, but I decided that I'm going to graduate to the next food stage always a day early. So that allows me to be at home on a Sunday away from work to kind of test some things out and see if it's going to work for me at work. Today it was really fun. I scrambled up an egg and an egg white, and I think I put like a tablespoon or two of skim milk in there. So I scrambled that up, kind of mashed it up with my fork. I put some seasoning on it, and it was really fun to have some texture in my mouth again. And I just chewed, until it was practically gone in my mouth, and then I swallowed it, and oh my gosh, you can feel it. It's weird. It really is. It doesn't really, I'm not hungry, but I'm definitely having head hunger, and so I just got really excited about having this egg, and it took me like an hour to eat this scrambled egg. So it just you take it, you chew it, and you feel it go down, and then you feel it hit your pouch, and then you don't know if you're full or if you're just feeling that kind of food in there. And so I just kept on eating for an hour until it was gone. And I mean, I didn't get to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so full. I just felt like I could feel the food inside me. So I did have a quarter of a banana mashed up with that. I'm strictly following the meal schedule that they put together for me for the next 3 weeks. I'm on this pureed stage for 3 weeks now. And it was good to have a little difference, but I never felt like my pre-surgery me. I felt like before when I was eating, I don't know if I was eating to really fill up. It was hard for me to really understand when I was full. I was feeling when eating when my head felt good, if you understand that at all. I was eating until a certain point where I'm like, okay, now I'm satisfied, I feel good. And you don't get this when you've had weight loss surgery. You have to listen to your pouch. You have to figure out when am I full, and you're not going to get that head feeling that you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I continued on the day today with I had a protein shake for a snack, so that was after breakfast. I just kind of forced it down. I had for lunch, I had a pretty late lunch, I had an ounce of tuna fish. Tasted really good, it was just an ounce. It's nothing. Took me a while to eat that. And I had a couple tablespoons of applesauce. So that banana in the morning, I had that applesauce, and I think that fiber is going to help me just to kind of help things move. And then I'm actually having a protein shake for kind of a snack right now. It's pretty late. And then I am going to still have dinner, even if it's 9 o'clock tonight. I'm going to force to have that dinner, and it's going to be an ounce of canned chicken, and I'm going to do, I think, a tablespoon or 2 of sweet potato, and I got baby food. So I figured if I'm gonna go buy all these fresh vegetables and fruits and stuff, and then take the time to blenderize them or process them down, I might as well just go buy the baby food. So I'm gonna try it out tonight. It's gonna feel kind of weird, but my pantry's stocked with baby food right now. So anyway, I'm looking forward to eating a little bit more. I know I'm not gonna satisfy that thing in my head, but I've got to get over that. This is a different road. This is a different journey. So this week was overall, I want to, when I look at this week, mentally it was tough because of the weight not dropping. I did go back to work. I fortunately was able to kind of hang out at my desk a lot. I have some amazing interns in the office, and they were able to do a lot of the things that I do moving around. So I'm an office manager. I work for in the creative industry and for a digital advertising marketing agency, and I'm up on my feet a lot in the office, and so having these interns this summer is really awesome. So I think I've got them here for a couple more weeks, and that was why I was pushing to get my surgery date so quickly, because I knew I had them here to support me and to help me out in the office. So that was good this week. I kind of took it easy, you know, at my desk as much as I could, but it is draining after you've been off for 2 weeks and you're just, you know, just taking it easy and healing and recovering and napping whenever you want, and then you go to full-time work. And so I think the first couple of days I actually went to my car and took like a 20-minute little, I didn't sleep, but I just kind of like rested for like 20 minutes. And then in the evenings I had my kids, and so I just powered through the evening and crashed. Once I got my youngest to bed, I just crashed. Making their food this week kind of played a little with my head hunger, because I was into that, you know, second week of liquid diet, actually like third week. And so making their food, like the smells of their food, I was just like, oh, it smells so freaking good. But then as soon as I would try to have like a protein shake or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so full. So anyway, because of, okay, so here we go. I passed a kidney.
Kidney stone.
Started back to work. I dealt with, you know, the tiresome days and everything, and then my weight's not shifting. So mentally it did affect me. And I just had to really search on the web and be like, this is normal. This is okay. Like, you can make it through this, okay? So here I am making it through here. I'm, you know, trying to eat more, because I think that's gonna kind of throw my body into a different state, and I'm gonna keep on drinking that water, because that's what's really gonna help. I don't have too much more to update. I'm excited that I'm this far out, and I know it's just going to keep on getting better from here, and I'm going to see some of that loss. So those of you that are coming out with surgery or just coming out of it, I'm wishing you the best, and thank you so much for subscribing and liking, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.